All right. Okay, so today we'll be looking at calendar, your accounts, and then sites. Okay, so calendar is actually a time management and event scheduling service by Google, and it helps you to, schedule events, invite guests, and as well as set notifications to ensure that you are duly notified, before this event. So calendar, just as the applications that we looked at yesterday, can be accessed from the top right of your Gmail screen, where you have these boxes. We call them the waffle. If you click on it, you can see other applications there. If you don't have calendar, if you can't see calendar immediately, you might need to scroll down, to see it. So, but mine is at the top here, and that's because it's a service or an application I frequently use. That's why you can find it there at the top. Okay, so I'm going to click on it. All right, so I'm going to do like an overview of the interface. Okay, so this is my calendar. These are my events, and on the left panel there, you can see the calendar for the month of May. Below it, you can see other calendars that are attached to this account. And then down, you can see the other calendars section. You can see some more calendars, some are belonging to my colleagues. I'm going to explain that later, why I have, my colleagues' calendar displaying, in my own Google Calendar account. I'll explain that. Okay, so in this center of the page is my event, and that's because of the view I've selected, So if you go to the top right, you can see their schedule. So this is the schedule view, so this view gives you the events that you have scheduled, for the current month, So you can see there that, all the events from, this current event that we are attending down to the, last working day of the month of May, you have them there, and a bit of, events in the month of June, as much as the page, can accommodate. All right, so you can actually change this view, I'm going to click on schedule. That's the schedule view. You click on the down arrow beside it. You can see other views. You can have a day view, which will basically show you just, the event you have for just today. I've just clicked on it. So today, the event I have this current training session going on, which is called the Swifter G Suite webinar. And then later in the day, I have the HR demo, as you can see. I have a demo. So you see that there's like a line, that strikes, that goes over the time for today's event, and that's because it has already started. That's why you have the line over it. Once this event is over by 1 p.m., it will be grayed out. So at a glance, you can just know that this event has actually passed. So that's that for the day view. Let's look at the week view, which is going to give you a 7-day, span of the events that you have. So you can see there. This is 7 days from Sunday to Saturday, and you can see my events there, and then for month view, you can see the month view here. All right, so you have all the events you've scheduled for the month of May here, and then you have the year view, too. You have the year view. It just basically gives you a calendar, of the year of the current year, in this case 2020. So I prefer the schedule view. That's because it just basically filters out every other day that I do not have an event schedule. So at a glance, I can look at it and know the events I have for today. I can also check the events. I can also see the events I have for the week. I can see the events I have for the month. So you can select whichever view here from the top right of your screen. Just click the down arrow and then select the view. All right, so how do we create events on our calendar? All right, so you can create events in a number of ways, and the most common should be this, using this create button at the top left, somewhere around the top left of your screen. That's the create. So I'm going to click on it now. So when you click on it, it's going to give you a window here, as you can see, and it's asking you to add the title of this event or this meeting you want to create. Okay, so let's give it test meeting. Right. So I can also add guests to this meeting. Can add guests, that is the people you want to invite for the meeting. So once you click on add guests there, you can add their email addresses. Could be the email addresses of your colleagues. It could also be the email addresses of your partners, business partners, people who are not actually members of your organization. So you just add their email there, and once you click on save, they will get an email notification, of this particular event that you have scheduled, and then they'll be presented with options to allow them signify if they will be present for your meeting, or they are unsure, or they will not be available for the meeting. So let me do a demo. Just let me go ahead and create this completely using inviting my second email account. Okay. All right, so you see there. So once you add the email, it's going to fetch the picture, associated with the person's account, which you can see there. So, and then I can add location, for this meeting. Can add location there. So you can just say at Sheraton Hotel, or maybe your meeting room, in your office, especially if it's an internal meeting. So you can say your conference room, right? Okay. So all right. So you can add a description of the meeting, just to describe what the meeting is about, especially if your invited guests cannot immediately know from the title of the meeting. Remember that we gave it a title called a test meeting. So you might want to add a description here, just to give just to describe what the meeting is about. You can also put the agenda of your meeting here too, so that they know what to expect, when they attend the meeting. So let's just call it just the agenda. Discuss current project. All right, so I'll click on save. All right, so once you click on save, you are presented with a small box, as you can see, that asks you if you want to, ensure that these invited guests, get an email, when this event is scheduled. So if you want them to get an email, you're just going to click on send right away. And if you do not want to, if you do not want this to go out as an email to them, you click on do not send. Do not send. So what happens when you click on do not send is that they will not get an email that they have been invited for an event, but it will be on their Google Calendar. That's it. So it will be on their Google Calendar, but they will not get an email. So that's the difference between the do not send and then the send. The dismiss means, you're just basically going back to your schedule page. So I want this particular invited guest to get an email, an invitation email. So I'm going to go ahead and click on send. All right, so now it is telling me that I'm inviting somebody outside my organization. Remember that this invited guest is actually my second email account. So this is more or less like a warning. So I really want to invite this person, even though they are not a member of my organization. So I'll go ahead and click on invite external guest. All right, so let's go back. So let's go to my personal email account and see if they've gotten an email. All right, let's see, let's check. Okay. All right, so this is the email. This is the email as you can see on the screen. So remember, it was called test meeting. You can see the title there, and then you can see the date. the time, and then you can see the, body of the invitation. You can also see the organizer of the event, which is me, and then the email of this particular person that is invited. And then if you go below, you can see the options I was talking about, for them to indicate their availability for the meeting. So if they're going to click on yes, so it's asking them going, you can see a question mark, they're asking, are you going to be available for this meeting or this event? So if I click on yes, the organizer of this meeting is going to get an email that somebody has indicated that they will be present for this meeting. If I click on maybe, they'll also be notified. If I click on no, they'll also be notified. So the good thing about this is that if you're planning an event and you really want to know the number of participants that will be available, you can also advise that they indicate whether or not they'll be present. So this helps you plan adequately, so that you don't waste resources or under-prepare, for the meeting because you did not know the actual number of people that will be present. So this is very, very good, So if they click on yes, I'll be getting an email to notify me, and you take note of that. So let me click on yes. Okay, so I've clicked on yes. Okay, so let me go back. All right. Okay, so talking about notifications for this particular meeting. If I click on this meeting, this is it on my calendar. I've just scheduled it. This is it on my calendar. If I click on it, I'm presented with that same meeting creation box. And then if you go to the top here, you can see the edit event, like a pencil icon there. If you hover over it, the text there says edit event. So if you click on it, it's going to open your event in a full page and provide you more options, to set for your meeting. And so I'm going to go over it. Now look at this, it's called test meeting. Now, if you look at this here, you see the time and the date for the meeting. Now, if you go below, you see the location. Now, look at the notification section here. Now, by default, your Google Calendar notifies you 10 minutes before your meeting. 10 minutes before your meeting. But, for some people, that might not be sufficient. You might want to set, other notifications, For example, in my case, I usually like to, for very, very high profile meetings I cannot afford to miss, because of how critical they are. I usually like to set like 3 or 4 reminders, to notify me before the meeting. So how do you add, other notifications, in addition to the default one, which is 10 minutes before the meeting? So you can see the add notification button there below. So you click on it, and then it's asking you what type of reminder do you want? Do you want a notification? Meanwhile, the notification comes like if you're using a Windows laptop, it comes from the bottom right of your screen. You just hit from the bottom right of your screen that your meeting is about to happen in the time that you have set for it. If you're using a Mac laptop, I think it comes from the top right. I'm currently using a Windows laptop. If you're using a Mac laptop, it should come from the top right of your screen. That's for notification. But what if you want to be notified by an email? You want a reminder that comes like an email, in the form of an email. You can select this down arrow here. You can see their email. So you select email. You can also come here and select the time. So what time before do you want to be notified or reminded of this meeting? So you can set in hours, you can set in days, you can set in weeks. So let me say hours, for instance. So I want to be notified, say, you can come here and say 1 hour, before this meeting starts. I'm going to get an email. So you will get 2 notifications in this case. So first will be this one, which is 1 hour before the meeting starts. It comes as an email. And then this one is a notification, which is 10 minutes before. So you can set as many notifications as possible. If I click on add, I'll see presented, with, as you click on it, you have more options to select, reminders, to configure reminders for your meeting. So you can select between notification and email, or a combination of both, as you can see there. So now let's go further down here. You can actually give your meeting a color, which will be the color of it on your Google Calendar. And then if you go down here, you see that agenda that I set for the meeting. Now, you have here you're provided with the option of adding attachments. Now, let me explain that. This is very important. If you want your invited guest, to go through a document before coming for that meeting, you can attach that document using this attach document symbol. So if you click on it, you see here, it gives you a window to select where you want to pick this attachment from. So you can pick it from your recently opened Google files, Google Drive files, as you can see here. You can also go to your Drive and then select an attachment from here. These are my Drive files. You can even upload from your local machine. So if you click on upload here and then click on select files, you can see that. So it opens the file folder of my laptop, and then I can select, I can select the file from here. So let me select this. Let me select this called employee as an example, and then I click on open. Okay, and then I click on upload. All right, so you can see there, that it has been attached. So whoever is invited for this meeting will have access to this particular attached file, and you can also add a description of what they should do with the file, before coming for your meeting. Let's say it could be the minutes of the last meeting, the meeting you held last, and you can just put the minutes there, so everybody is updated of the outcome of the last meeting. So it helps them to better prepare for this meeting that you are currently inviting them for. Okay, so I go over to the right of the screen now. Okay, look at this. Under here, you have your invited guests for the meeting. You have your invited guests here for the meeting, and then there are also other options too. Now, the way Google Calendar works is that by default, if you invite a guest for a meeting, it also presents them with the option to invite other guests. You understand? So if it is an meeting that is strictly based on invitation from the organizer, you should uncheck this box here, this invite others box here. Uncheck it. So this ensures that your invited guests cannot invite other people except you, the organizer. So it leaves that ability to you, the organizer. So if you uncheck it, it means that only you can invite guests, to your meeting, and not your guests inviting other guests for the meeting. So there's also another option here which says see guest list. Now that means that if this box is checked as it is here, it means that your invited guests can see other people that have been invited for the meeting. So if you do not want them to see other people invited for the meeting, you should uncheck it. So they will not be able to see other people that have been invited for the meeting except they themselves, because of course it's going to be on their Google Calendar. So why will you want to, I want to ask this question, and I want somebody to answer. I want this session to be more interactive than yesterday's one. Why will you prevent, a guest from seeing the list of other guests that are invited? I want someone to respond. Why would you want to do that? Hello, Salamat, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, do you have any response to my question?
Maybe not so that the attendees will not be scared of attending or something like that.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, so I remember doing this training at Lagos State Government Secretariat at Alausa last year, and I asked this question: why will you want to, prevent your guests from seeing the list of invited guests? And somebody gave me a very, very practical, reason, and we all agreed with her. She said, if you are organizing, say, a surprise party, a surprise birthday party, for a colleague, yeah. So you can, you can remove that, you can create that element of surprise by ensuring that they do not see the other guests that have been invited for the meeting. So that's a practical example. So thank you very much, Salamatu. And like she has said too, maybe you don't want them to be intimidated. You can also uncheck that feature so that they do not see other people that have been invited. Thank you very much, Salamatu. Okay, so let me go back to the calendar page. Okay, so that's it. So once you are done, with all of this, you can now click on save. You click on save. Once again, it's asking you if you want them to get an email. Yeah, so just click on send, and then it goes there. Okay, so look at this window here. Somebody's mic is turned on. Hello, Dora, please help. Someone's mic is turned on. That should be Daniel. Please turn off Daniel's mic. Please mute Daniel's mic. Hello, Dora, please mute Daniel's mic. Or Daniel, you can mute your mic, please. Thank you. All right. Okay, so. Oh. Hello, Daniel, please mute your mic. Hello, Daniel, please mute your mic. Dora, please mute his mic again. Hello, Dora, please mute his mic.
Okay.
Just turn it back on, please. The noise is disturbing others.
No, it's still on. Turn it off.
All right, thank you. Okay, so remember that I scheduled an event. That's the test. You can see the notification here on my screen. If you check the bottom right of my screen, you can see the notification. This is how it comes. You can see the test meeting, displays the time, and also displays the location of the meeting. Remember that I set conference room to be the location of our meeting. So this is how it comes, and this is exactly 10 minutes before, 12 p.m., which is the default time, for meeting reminders. You can see that there. So this is how it comes. And then the one for the email is going to come as an email, with respect to the time that you set for it on your Google Calendar creation page. All right. Okay, so let me click on close to take it away. Okay, so let's go back to our calendar. All right, so I wanted to say something about this page. You remember that I attached a file, for my guests to go through. That's why I'm having this. So it's asking me, okay, this guy that you are, this guy you invited for the event is asking you the sharing permissions, you want to give to this particular invited guest. So they have view access by default. And, if you click on it, you can see other access you can grant to them, on that particular document or that file that you attached for your meeting. So you can grant them comment access. You can also grant them edit access. So if you were present in yesterday's meeting, I want someone to, explain what these 3 different levels of access are. Can someone who was present for yesterday's meeting please explain what view access is, comment access is, and edit access?
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
So someone try.
This is Emmanuel from
Please be speaking.
Emmanuel.
Thank you very much. So, Emmanuel, please go ahead. Thank you.
For the viewership access, the person can only view. He can't make a comment, neither can he edit. Then,
all right, perfect.
For the comments view, the person can actually comment on the side of the document, but not on the body of the main document. So that's what the comment allows him to do. Then for the edit, you're giving him the right to be able to edit the entire document.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You couldn't have said it better. That is fantastic. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, right?
Yes, please, Emmanuel.
That's it. So he has just, given a perfect description of what these 3 different levels of access are. Thank you. All right, so I want to keep it at view. Then I click on invite. Or if you do not want to even give them any access at all, you have this box here. You check it. Don't give access. If you check it, that means that they will not be able to access, that particular document, even if they are invited for the meeting. So I want to give them access and view access, and then I click on invite. All right, so it's also giving me that one that this person I'm sharing this file with is actually outside my organization. I'll see, go ahead and click on OK. Okay, so that's done. So that's it. So you have the meeting here. All right. Okay, so other options for your Google Calendar is this. If you go still on the left panel, let's go to the left panel now. You can see here, you can create additional calendars here. You create additional calendars for your Google Calendar. And one reason why you want to create an additional calendar is, to differentiate between your official calendar and other official tasks, you handle within your organization. For example, if you have a project you're working on with your team members, you might want to create a separate calendar, for that particular project. So how do you create additional calendar? Now remember that the first one here is usually your official calendar. That's the default calendar, and that's the calendar tied to your Google account, which is this one. Then you can create additional calendars, by clicking on this plus button here. You see the create new calendar there. You click on it, and then you just give it a name. You can call it project calendar. Project calendar. I give it the name of the project. Let's say office upgrade project. Office upgrade project. Right. Then you can give it a description if you want. Then click on create calendar. Okay, so you can see there, it's telling me the calendar creation in progress. It's still creating it. All right, so it's done. So you can see the notification that is successfully created. So let's go back there. You can see there, it's now listed office upgrade project. So that's a separate calendar. So you can have as many calendars as possible, because sometimes if you want to stick to just the default calendar, you might have a lot of events, populated on it. So if you can separate your task in the office, you can actually create a separate calendar for each project, for instance, or create a separate calendar for if you interface with certain departments, in your office. You might want to create a separate calendar for them so that when you schedule events, it will be with respect to that, your interactions with that particular department. All right, so I don't know if you have any question, or let me just go ahead and finish this up. So if you click on these three dots here, you can actually share this calendar with your colleague. I've just mentioned that this could be a calendar for a particular project. So if you're creating a calendar for a particular project, it is good that you also share this calendar with the project team, that is members of your project team. So if you click on these three dots beside the calendar, you go here and click on settings and sharing. You click on settings and sharing here, and then scroll down. You can see here, you can add people. Click on add people here. So if you add the name of your team member here, they will get this calendar will now be, on their list of calendars, on their own Google Calendar, just as this one here. If you go down here, you can see here, these are my colleagues. Kennedy is my colleague, and Sarah is also my colleague. I have their calendars. I can see their events. If I click on it, see, these are Sarah's. I've clicked on Sarah at the bottom here. You can see these are Sarah's events. These are Sarah's events. If I click on Kennedy, let me uncheck Sarah's own. And I click on Kennedy. You can see these are. I see this. These are Kennedy's events. This is very, very good because at every point in time, for example, if you want to schedule an event with and you want to invite your colleagues, if they have their calendar shared with you, you can easily come here and check available time. For example, this is Ken's calendar. I shouldn't be creating an event when at a time when they already have an event scheduled. So this helps you with organizing your events in such a way that your invited guests have that time available, to be present for the meeting. Okay, so let me change the view now. Let me change the view and show you something. Okay, let me select one view. Okay, look at this. Let me check this and also check this now. I want to show you something. If you look at this, for instance, now, if you share your calendar with your colleague, or your colleague shares their calendar with you, if your colleague shares their calendar with you, what Google Calendar does is to give the calendar of your colleague a distinct color. Now, if you check here, you see that Kennedy's calendar here is actually, this is deep blue, while Sarah's calendar is, let me call this brown, light brown, or yellow. I don't know how it's displaying on your screen, but that's it. So if you go to this calendar here, you see that every event or meeting, with this particular color is actually from Sarah's calendar. Every event with this deep blue color here is actually from Kennedy's calendar. So you can differentiate which event belongs to, which which of your colleagues, as long as you have, their calendar shared with you. And that is very, very good for, for organization, very, very good to ensure it helps you to ensure that before you schedule an event, you can actually know if your colleague or your team member is available for that event. So that's a very, very good feature. So I encourage you to ensure that your team members, share their calendars, with one another, so that you can see everybody's event. And well, if there's an event on your calendar where you do not want your colleagues to be aware of it, I wouldn't know, what reasons you would have for that. But if you have such a scenario, you should create an additional calendar like I did here. This additional calendar, as long as it is not shared with them, they will not be able to see your event on it. So that helps you, when it comes to, private events that you do not want your team members to be aware of. So you create additional calendar and put that there, All right. So any questions?
Thank you, Sika.
No. All right.
Okay, please can you run through or rather do a recap on how you create this additional calendar?
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now, all right. That's Chima, right?
Yes, please.
All right. Okay, so I said that by default, the first calendar here, which has your name on it,
yes,
is the default calendar attached to your Google account. So if you want to create additional calendar, just go here. Can you see other calendars? Hello, Chima. Can you see other calendars here?
Other calendars. Okay, yes, I've seen that. Yes.
Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Then there's this plus sign beside it. So click on it.
Okay.
And then go to create new calendar. Create new calendar. So click on it, and then it gives you a page where you can give your calendar a name, and then a description if you like, and then click on create calendar, and then it will be added. It's as simple as that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, all right. So, and if there, for any reason, you can just come here and click on, if you want to hide your calendar from the list. What this hide does is that if you click on it, it's not going to be displayed, on this list. Okay, so please, other questions? Any other questions? Hello? Any other question? Okay, if you're speaking, please unmute your mic. You want to speak, unmute your mic. If you have any question, you can unmute your mic and go ahead. Yeah. Okay, no question. So I want to believe that you can create events now on your calendar if you did not previously know, and you can also add notifications to the default notification, which is 10 minutes before your meeting starts. You know how to invite guests, to your meeting. You also know how to add an attachment, that should go out to your invited guests, and you can also set permissions, on that document if you want them to be able to view, to be able to comment, or to be able to, edit that attachment. You also, know how to control invitations to your meeting. If you do not want your guests to be able to invite other people to your meeting, you uncheck the box for invite guests. And if you do not want them to be able to see other guests that are invited for your meeting, you uncheck the box, for see guest list. You get. Okay. Somebody was saying in the chat that they cannot see my screen. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Let me take this back. Okay. So that was or SAS? No, SAS. Okay. Also, please. Okay, that's Obioma. Obioma, can you see my screen now? Hello, Obioma, can you see my screen? Hello, Obioma. You're saying that you can. You're saying no. Please go to the meeting tab. If you can hear me perfectly, you should be able to see my screen. Go to the meeting tab. Perhaps you're on another tab. The tab where you join the meeting, you should be able to see my screen from there. I'm currently viewing my calendar page. You should be able to see that. So please unmute your mic and speak with me. Hello, Biama, unmute your mic and speak with me. Oh, well, I'm afraid we might have to go ahead. Please, if you are connected to this training with your mobile device, the experience might be different, please. So I advise that you connect with your laptop because we are dealing with it's a practical training, and for you to be able to follow along, you need to use your laptop. Your mobile device might not allow you to easily do some of these things, and the navigation on the laptop is different from the navigation on the mobile. So that's why I strongly advise that if you have your laptop beside you, please join this meeting using your laptop rather than your phone. Okay, any questions, please, before we go to the next application?
Yeah, Mr. Sika, good morning.
All right, good morning. That's John, right?
Yeah, this is John.
Yes. That's all right. Please go ahead, John.
I don't know if you can ask the question now. My question is about the yesterday meeting.
Okay.
Some features, the offline features on Drive.
Yeah.
Tried it. It didn't work out for me without the internet. I don't know if you can maybe give us a brief of that. That is, there's a feature yesterday that on Drive, when you turn on, activate your offline mode.
Okay. Okay, so I want to. Okay, so I hope you remember that the files that will be available offline are just Google Docs,
yes,
Google Sheets, and Google Slides. All right, and then also hope that you remember that to make that possible, you need to go to the settings of your Drive page. Let me go here. This is my Drive. Can you see my Drive screen? This is my Drive. Can you see it?
Yes.
All right. So you go to these settings here. This guy icon here. Click on it. Click on settings.
Yes.
And then come here to the offline section and check it. I don't know if you've done that. Try that. Come here and check it. So if you check this place,
correct.
Yeah, so check it and then click on done.
Yes.
Your file should be available of those files.
Yes.
Those file types should be available offline. Yeah.
I did that. I unplugged my internet. I still don't have access to it.
Wow.
Okay. I actually use a Google Chrome to support.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I don't know. After this, when this training ends,
maybe after the meeting, then.
Yes, when this training ends by 1 p.m. hopefully, I'll be available for 30 minutes if anyone has any question. So you can share your screen with me and then we'll go through it together. Yeah, just as I did for some people yesterday. Okay, all right. So any other question? Yeah. Any other question from anybody? Hello? Any other question? Okay, so I want to go to the next application. Once again, this is how you access your Google Calendar. Just come here to the top right of your Gmail screen, and then click on Google Calendar. Or you can also go to a new tab, and then type there calendar.google.com. You can see that there, calendar.google.com. Hit enter, and then it will open up your calendar. And because so many of us have a Gmail account which we open on the same Chrome device. Sometimes if you go through calendar.google.com, it can open your private calendar instead of your company calendar. So what you should do to switch over to your official calendar is to come here, go to the top right of your screen. You can see if you hover over this, it tells you the particular account calendar that is currently open. So if you hover over this is my official calendar. If I want to switch to the calendar of my other Gmail account, so I'm going to click on this and then select my private Gmail. If it's not listed, just click on add account, add another account, and then you'll be signed into that particular calendar. Okay. So let me check the chat and see if there's any question before I move over to the next application. Okay, Osas can see my screen now. That's very, very good. That's good. All right. Okay, so let's go to the next one. We want to look at our Google accounts. Google accounts. Now, there is an account, management panel that is attached to every, G Suite or Google account that is created for you or that you create for yourself. There's a management panel for your account. So how do you access that? So you go to the same waffle, that's the top right of your Gmail screen. Just click on it and then select accounts. Select accounts. So let me click on it now. Okay, so this is it. So with this page, you can manage information regarding your account. You can configure your privacy as well as check if there are security issues with your Google account. So if you scroll down here, you can see here. You can see many sections. Your privacy and personalization. If there are security issues found here, you'll be notified here. You can see here an overview, of your storage consumption. In your case, if you're using your G Suite account, yours should be 30 gigabytes. And you should see the percentage of storage space that you have used, and from there you can calculate how much storage space that you have left, in your Google account. Now, I want us to go to the security section and to show something. Okay, if you go here, you can actually see devices that are connected to your account. Remember that I hinted about this, yesterday, that periodically you should be coming to this page to check the devices that are connected to your account. Now, these are the two devices connected to my account. This one is a Windows laptop, which is the laptop I'm currently using. You can see there the device. This device is checked there. That shows you that that's the device you're currently using to access that page. And then this is my mobile device, Huawei Y7 Prime 2019, which is attached to my account. So you should be doing this periodically because a lot of times people sell their devices or give it out, and then if you come to this page, you still see that device, which is no longer theirs, is still connected to their Google account. That is a serious security risk. That's a serious security risk. You can see that there. So if you click on manage devices, you have the option, of removing any device that you no longer use. As long as it is displayed here, you can remove it. So just click on this. You click on this and then you click on sign out. So it signs out your Gmail or your Google account from that particular device. This is also very good if your device gets stolen. If your device gets stolen, you should come to this page and do that. Sign out so that your files will be inaccessible to whoever has hold of your device, be it a mobile device, a tablet, or a laptop. You should do that. Sign out. Or, for example, in your office, like I was explaining yesterday, you could be given a new laptop, and then you are asked to hand over the former one to a new colleague. You should ensure that you come to this page and also sign out, so that whoever is going to be using the former device does not have access to your files or your Google account at large. You get it? So you have more details here. You get it? So that's it. Other options here, interesting options. Sorry, let me sign in here. Also include sorry. Sign. Yeah. Oh, sorry, my caps lock was turned on. Okay, so look at this. How did we get here? Let me go back. Now, let's say for some reason your device is missing. Your device is missing. That's talking about your mobile device or your tablet is missing. You know, you can come here. If you click on more details, it takes you to a page where you can sign in, and then it takes you here. So it gives you the opportunity to be able to ring your phone. So as long as your phone, is turned on, it's going to ring it, even if it's on silence. In fact, it's going to ring it at full volume, as you can see here. Make your phone ring at full volume, even if it's muted. So if you click on this, your phone is going to ring wherever it is in the world. Wherever it is in the world. As long as it is turned on, it's going to ring. This is very good if you're in a place where your device has just been stolen. You can quickly come to this page. I mean, if you have your laptop open, just sign in and then come to this section and click on ring. So even if the person has turned down the volume or muted, the ringtone of your device, it's going to ring. So I'd like somebody to, get to this page. If you have your laptop with you, I want you to confirm that. If you have your laptop with you, how do you get here? Once again, go to Google account, come here, click on your account. It takes you to, okay, so it takes you to this page. So go to security, click on security, scroll up, go to your devices, and then click on manage devices. If you click on manage devices, you take it to this page here, and then you click on ring. Please confirm that clicking on this makes your phone ring. That is if your phone is listed among the devices connected to your Google account. So I'd like someone to try that. Hello, Abdul Karim, can you try that? Angela, can you try that? Awal, Pelema, Chibuzo, Chima. I need somebody to try that and then confirm that their phone actually rang. Yeah, Deji's here.
Actually, mine actually rang, Abdul Karim.
Abdul Karim, can you see that? So yeah. That's very, very, can you see? I want to believe that you found that very interesting.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so that means if your phone is missing in your room, or in the office, just go to that page and then click on it. It's going to ring. That's good. Can you see that? It's going to ring at full volume. Even if the volume has been turned down, it's going to ring at full volume. So that helps you quickly locate your phone. That's a very, very good feature. Okay, that's Abdul Karim. Can somebody else try?
Mine is ringing.
Yours is ringing, right? Great.
Yeah.
Great. One more person. One more person. Just one more person. Who is speaking? That's Delemara. It's working, right?
Yeah.
Your phone is ringing.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So, all right. So that should help you locate your phone. And I've done a lot more on this particular section, but of course, you know that for want of time, we'll not be able to look at the other features. For example, this locate, if your device is missing and all of that, I would have loved to show us, but we have one more application to look at today. So hopefully, if we're able to organize a full training, or your company is interested in a full training of these applications, these G Suite applications, you can just get in touch with the Swifter team, and then if you want it to be online, it will be available, or you want us to come over to your office, there's a reason why more and more companies are adopting G Suite. It's because number one, the applications are seamless. They are seamless. They are very, very well secured, and they are also very, very user friendly. As you can see, navigation is very, very easy, and you also get notifications with respect to your applications. For example, if a file is shared with you, you get a notification, create a calendar, invite guests, they also get notifications. So the applications are, they are rich when it comes to features, that help you become more productive in your work environment. All right. Okay, so I want to believe that the others are also trying that, and you see that your phone should be ringing, So, but more importantly, please, if you get to this section on your Google account and you see that there's a device that you no longer use or is no longer yours, please ensure that you sign out. Ensure that you sign out from it so that whoever is in custody of that device does not have access to your Google account. That's a real security risk. Okay, so one more thing I'd like to show us here with this particular Google account page is the data and personalization. Yeah. So I'd like to show us the dashboard. If you go to the data and personalization section, you go to your dashboard. So that gives you an overview of all the accounts, all the applications that are Google applications that are tied to your Google account. So if I click on go to Google dashboard here, remember I got here by going to the data and personalization section. So you click on Google dashboard. So let's see what we have there. You can see this. So it gives you, the usage. It just gives you an overview of the usage of your Google devices. You can see this here. This is my Gmail. With this, you can see it tells me that I have 4,651 conversations in my Gmail. If you click the down arrow, it further breaks that down. You can see this. It tells me that I have 3,731 emails in my inbox, and I've sent out 1,324 emails. I have one email in my draft, 207 in chat. That's the Hangout chat that is integrated to your Gmail. And I have 10 emails in my bin. You get it? So this gives you the breakdown of the emails that you have in your Gmail. If you click the downward arrow of other applications, you can also see a breakdown there. So this is also a very, very good place that you might want to visit, every now and then. Okay, so there's this photo. Tells me that I have 64 photos, in my Google Photos, which is also a Google application. And then this is my drive. You can see my drive here, that Google Drive, which we talked about yesterday. That's Google's storage service tied to your Google account. If you click on it, it tells me I have 300 plus files in my Google Drive, and 328 files have been shared with me, and I have 124 files, in the bin of my Google Drive. Okay, so for Chrome, you have this for your Google Chrome. It tells you when it last synced, with your Google account across your devices. It shows the number of bookmarks, and then this smart lock passwords is actually shows you a number of passwords that are saved in your Google Chrome. Passwords that you signed in with your Google account. So in my case, I have about 228 of them. And then extensions. Remember that yesterday we talked about extensions. I think some of you must have been able to install those extensions that we discussed yesterday. We talked about the offline mode, which allows you to be able to edit Google Docs files. Talking about Google Docs, slides, and Google Sheets, even when there is no internet connection. So we also looked at a certain extension that helps you to reverse the order of arrangement of emails, in your Gmail. By default, if you receive a mail in a thread in Gmail, it takes the most recent mail to the bottom. The most recent mail goes to the bottom. But with that add-on or extension that we looked at yesterday, it allows you to reverse that arrangement. So the most recent email will be at the top, and later emails above that, as more and more responses, are added to that particular conversation. So you have a number of such extensions, here in your Google account. You can check. So in my case, I have 17 extensions, so extensions are actually very, very good. They extend the functionality of Google applications. Google Sheets, Google Docs, they all have extensions, that can, add more features, more productivity features, to them. like I said, whenever we have a full training for your organization, all of this, will be discussed. Okay. All right. So I want to believe that some of you are actually accessing these features. Yeah. Somebody's mic is unmuted. You want to say something? Please go ahead.
Yes, I want to say something. This is Samuel. Zika, thank you again. Yeah, thank you very much. Just a question. Good afternoon, sir. With regards to these extensions, some of them, looking at them, one cannot affirm exactly which of them are certified by Google. As in those that have passed through the test, have been tested, and they don't contain any form of a security breach. So in terms of installation, one is a little bit careful about which of them one is using, because at least over time you found out that some extensions, after installing, they kind of, while we're doing the test, it shows that some of them, they just disorganize your screen by making your mouse to be moving in one direction. You might not be able to mention names down, but in regards to the extensions, how would one know which one have passed Google test to be used with the G Suite without compromising or breaching security of one's this in the email or the organization at large?
Okay, all right. So while these extensions are not actually made by Google, Google also does a review, of these extensions, and that is why, as time goes on, some of them are usually deprecated when they no longer serve their purpose appropriately. They're usually deprecated. That is to say that Google invalidates them, and they no longer work with your account. Yes. So Google does extensive review, just as the apps you have on Play Store. You see, some of them will have something like a check on it. That's to tell you that these are Google certified apps, or apps that have been reviewed by the Google team to ensure that they are safe for installation. So if you have any extension that seems to does not function properly, with your Chrome or any of the Google applications you're using, I strongly advise that you immediately proceed to uninstall it. Just uninstall it. Yeah.
Considering the fact that in less than 5 seconds, one can actually commit damage. One can destroy what has been built over a very long period of time. Is there a check one can look at when trying to pick an extension to use that affirms that this extension is actually certified by Google as okay? Or does one just go through the store? Any extension you see there means that the extension has already been has gone through the test, has been certified as being okay to be used, or do we have to wait for a particular signal or something marker on it before one installs it?
Yeah, you have to wait for a marker, unfortunately, for that. You have to wait for a marker. But personally, I've not had any issues with extensions. All the 17 I have. What I've actually observed, for especially those that have been deprecated, is if for any reason, Google flags them, or they no longer satisfy Google security issues. For example, before you can add an extension on this store, you have to satisfy some authorization policies, from Google. So it's not as if random developers just go to their development studios and then add to Chrome. You have to pass through Google's security tests, because a lot of them have access to your account. Actually, they have access to your account, so you have to go through that. So, and Google also ensures that they are unable to take out information from your Google account. That I can assure you, Google ensures that that is a standard policy, So they are unable to fetch out data from your Google account.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other question, please? Yes, does anyone have question? We now have 34 people. Okay, so please, before the training proper comments, we did something like we took attendance. We just wanted to know the organization that you represent. So if you joined after that, please just drop your name and the name of the organization you represent on the chat. Just drop it on the chat, and my colleague who is also present in this meeting will take note of that, and then she'll do the proper recording. So once again, if you joined after we took attendance, please just go to the chat, drop your name and the organization that you are representing in the chat. That's on the meeting tab. All right. So any other question? Any other question? Okay, so far we've looked at Google Calendar. We looked at Google Calendar. We also looked at your account. And I want to believe that you are actually practicing some of these things now at the moment. Okay, so please give me a few seconds to sort some things out here. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's go to the third application for today, which is Google Sites, Okay, so like I explained briefly yesterday, what Google Sites does is to enable you to create a web page, or build a website without the need to have programming skills. So it allows you build internal project hubs, team sites, or public-facing websites, and you do not need to be a designer or a programmer or even an IT person, to be able to do that. Okay, so and when you create a Google site, it is automatically added to your Google Drive. So you can edit your Google site with colleagues, just as we demonstrated yesterday with some Google applications, for example, Google Docs and Google Sheets. You can invite your colleagues to come and contribute to the Google site. So it allows collaboration. You can actually also see each other's changes, as you are collaborating, just as you saw yesterday, with the people I shared that Google Doc with. Same thing applies to sites. So as they are making their changes, you can see them in real time. You can also publish this site, and you can restrict, who can actually see this site, when it is published. So you can publish it to just members of your organization, or publish it to specific people that you have shared the site with, or generally make it available to anybody on the web. So how do we access Google Sites? You can access Google Sites from your Gmail. Like I said, you do not need to have programming skills, to be able to build or create a Google site. So go here. I have mine here, site. If you do not see yours, you might have to scroll, get to the bottom to look for it. So mine is here. It's an application I frequently use. That's why I have it among the first 3 rows of the arrangement of applications which are linked to my Google account. So I'm going to click on site now. All right, so click on new Google site. All right, just as you saw with Docs yesterday, where we had templates, to work with, which can get you started quickly. We also have templates for sites. For Google Sites, we have templates. So if you are working on a project, you want to build a project site, you can use this template here. Or you are creating a site for an event, you can use this template here. Or a help center or a team. There should be more in the gallery if you click on it. So there are more here. You've got a portal. Or you're creating a portfolio of yourself, your professional portfolio. You can make use of this this particular template. Or you're running a restaurant, you can make use of this template here, a nice one. Or it's a class. You run a class, or so you conduct courses, and you want to put updates about your course, on the site for your students. You can actually make use of this template, so you can explore that. So, but we want to create a site from scratch, from bottom up. So you click on blank, it opens. All right, so this is it. Now, one of the practicalities of sites internally, is that if you're working on a project and you're expected to give updates or other members of your team in other departments, are usually interested in the progress or updates of the project, you can actually build a site for that, and you can keep updating the site to reflect the most recent updates or progress on that particular project, and then share that site with them. So each time they go there, they see the latest thing that has been done with respect to that project. So that's very good. Instead of you going around to inform everybody, or sending emails out to tell them what was done the previous day or the previous time project team members met, you can just create a simple site for that, and then append to it something like a spreadsheet, put a date there, and then you can keep updating it maybe at the end of the day. So each time they go to the site, they can see what has been most recently done. So they are kept abreast, with the progress of the project. Okay, so this is the site here. This is what it looks like. And like I assured you, you do not need to have programming skills to be able to create a Google site. And that is one of the very, very interesting things about it. And it should make you to want to create a site for yourself, for your company, or for your team members, or for a department. Okay, so let's start by giving this site a name. Let's call this project site. Project site. Project site. All right, so you can see that it's there now. And then well, look at this is like a banner. I want to change this banner here. So if you hover over it, you get this option here that says change image. So you click on change image. Now I'm going to be sharing this site with some of you, and I would like you to make your contribution. So I'm going to make the first section below, and then I'll share with you, and then I'll guide you on how to add content on this site. So we're going to be building this site together. All right. Okay. So I'm going to click on change image to change this background. So you can upload an image from your drive, from your local machine, from your local storage, that's the storage of your laptop, or you can select from the available images on the application itself. So these are some images. See that? Some images. Okay. I like this one that has a laptop on it, and then a cup of coffee. I like it. So I'm going to select this, click on it, and then I click on select. Can you see that? You get it? So our site creation has actually started. All right, so I've done this. So let's give this place a name. You can see this page in the middle. By this box in the middle, let's just give that banner a name and say welcome. Welcome. All right, so like a welcome page. So click out. That's it. Check out just readability. See that? If you go to the bottom right of that particular banner, you can adjust the brightness of this image. If you click it this way, for instance, you can see that this welcome is not really so visible. So if you want it to be visible, you can just click there so that it blurs the image in the background, so that this text can come out clearly. So it's all about it helps you to adjust the readability of the text on this image. If you click on it, for instance, can you see that it just dims the image in the background, and this text here, welcome, comes out more clearly. So it is easily readable. Okay, so we've done that. All right, so this is time to add content to this particular site. So there are a variety of ways to add content to this site. If you go to the right here, for instance, the right panel here, you can insert a text box, you can insert an image, you can embed. Now what embed does is, if you have like the code from maybe your developer or the code of a site, you can just embed it here. But we are not going there. We are practically we just want to restrict ourselves to files that we can easily get. So you have here, you can select files from your drive here, so and then you have layouts. So let me make use of layouts. So we have these two layouts here. We have different layouts here. This one allows you to add one picture and then a text. This one allows you to add two images and then text under. This one allows you to add three images, one big one and then two small ones. So let me choose this one here. Let me choose this one that has 3, that allows me to add 3 images. So I'm going to click on it. And see that it's immediately added. And I'm going to show you the good thing about building a site is that even before you publish your site, you can know how it will look like on your mobile device, on your tablet, and on your laptop. We'll get to that. So this is, we chose the layout that allows us to add 3 images and text. So you can see here 3 images. So I want to add them a file here. So just click on the plus sign there. And then let me select a file from Drive, for instance. So select from Drive. So you can see my Google Drive opening here on the right. So let me select a file. Okay, so let me select this, for instance. Okay. So you click on it, and then click on Insert. It says loading. Can you see that? This is a slide presentation which I've clicked on. So you can give it a name. I'll call it accountability section. That's the name of the file. Accountability section. All right. So select another file. You can upload 2, of course, from your device. So let me see if I can get an image from my device. Select an image. Let me upload from my device. Let me see. Let me see this. Okay. Oh, it's actually very big. Okay. Let's see. Too big. So this is this size. Okay. So you can delete an image, it's too big. So if you hover over it, you have these options at the top. You can crop. You can uncrop. You can insert a link. I want to delete this. It's too big. Let me see if I can get an image from my site. Okay. From my drive, rather. Let me go to Drive. Okay, so I have an image here. So I can get a PDF. Okay. All right, so let me select this. Advantages of Google Apps over Office 365. This is a document. I click on it, click on Insert. That should be very good. Okay. Okay, so that's it. So go to the top. All right. So let me call this. Let's call it advantages of Google Apps. Advantages of Google Apps. Or let's say G Suite. G Suite. All right. Okay. So let's leave it this way. All right. So let me enlarge this a bit. Or increase this. Yeah. All right. I think this is okay. All right. Okay. So now, okay, we've done a little so far, and let us see what this will really look like. When it is viewed from a mobile device or from a tablet. So to do that, if you go to the top of your screen, there, you see here, we have preview. Preview. So you click on it. You click on preview. It opens a page for you. So this is what this site will look like on a laptop. This is what it will look like on a laptop. So if you go down, you can see some controls there. I see some options there, which shows you how this site will look like on various devices. So this is a laptop here. This laptop, that's a large screen. This is what it look like. So let's see what it will look like on a tablet. So you click on tablet. I'm at the bottom of my screen now, bottom right. Let's click on tablet. See, this is what it will look like on a tablet. Now let's see how it will look like on a mobile device, your phone. You click on the phone there. This is how it will look like on the phone. Can you see that? The phone has a smaller screen, so you cannot accommodate it. Cannot accommodate all the files, for each row. So what it does instead is to put one below the other. So to view the other files, you just scroll down. You can see that. You can see them below. So this is how it look like on the phone. You get it. So it compresses it and then makes everything vertical, as you can see. Okay, so this is how it will look like. So every now and then, if you're building a site, always make use of the preview to see how it will look like. So when you are done, just click on this cancel button. That's the exit preview. Just click on it. and then it takes you back to the editable page of your site. So this is how you basically build your site, by picking files from the various locations and then adding them. You can make use of the layouts. The layouts are not actually compulsory. You can just practically, for example, if I do not want to use a layout, I can just come here to this section below, just double click on it. Sorry. Just double click. And then it gives you this wheel that allows you to select images, upload files, add a text, or pick a file from your drive. So you can also do that. So I'm going to be sharing this site with some of you. And if you provide me your email address, and then I want you to add, just add a file here. Please let it be a file that is not so confidential. Let it be a file that is not so confidential. And if I share with you, the good thing about Google Site is that, for example, these files here that I've shared, that are here, because they are not, I've not shared those files with you from Google Drive. You will not be able to view them because I've not shared them with you on Google Drive. You will not be able to view them. So let me pick something from my, let me pick a file from my local device so that everybody can see it. But please remember, if you're selecting a file from Drive, if you have not shared that file with who you are sharing your site with, they will not be able to view it. So that's it. So let me do that. Let me pick from my local machine, which does not require sharing before one can view it. So I'm going to delete this. Okay. So pick a file. Just double click. And let me select upload. Everybody can see. Okay, so let me see if I can pick go to the pictures section. And so I can pick a picture, an image from here. Oh, let's see. Okay, let me pick something like this. We have other pictures. Okay, so all right. So this is a training I was conducting at Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. Yeah, so like this. Good. Great. Please, can you see this picture? Training session. Let me change the name to training session. All right. So let me also change this to delete, and then select again from my local machine. Yeah, let me see another picture. Okay. This was an app we're building for a church. So an app we're building for a church. So this is the image of this is a picture. The image of the homepage of the app. So we built this for a church, which is for collecting which allows members to sow seeds, and also pay their tithes and give offerings, So we built it for a church on the island. Okay, so let me give it a name. Text. Okay, so let me call this it's called church app. Church app. All right, okay. Let's centralize it. Okay. Let me broaden it. Okay. Make it a bit bigger. Too big. Okay. All right. Okay. I think you can see this. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Let's preview and see what it will look like when we publish. So you click on this, your preview section once again. Okay, so this is what it will look like on the mobile device. You can see that. It's been arranged vertically. Let's see what it look like on the tablet. Click on tablet. All right, so this is how it will look like on the tablet site. Let's see how it will look like on the laptop. So this is how it will look like on a laptop. See that? It's just as easy as that. So you are basically, moving files, from your storage locations there, and then you can give these files a description. You know, you can also make use of the layout. You know, to if you want to structure your site, you know, in a particular way, you can make use of these available layouts. You know, whichever of them interests you, can make use of them. So by the time you are done, when you're done with this, you can just go here and click on publish. Publish. So let me click on publish, and then asking you for your site name. So the web address for your site. So I'm leaving it as project site, and then I click on publish. Okay. So your site has been published successfully. So you can click on view to see what it will look like on the real web, you know, on a laptop. So you can see that these are sites. And you know, websites are basically made up of images and text. You know, images, text, even videos. You know, videos, calendars, you know, presentations, you know, music files. That's what you know, a typical website is made of. And if you have this, you know, these materials in your locations, you can add them to your site. It's as easy as that. You know, you can add a video, you can add a music file on your site. You know, you can add various files on your site. If you add a presentation, people can actually navigate your presentation on the site. If you have a presentation, let me see if I have a presentation on my local machine so that you can see how you can navigate through it. Let me see. All right, so this is the editable page. Let me see. Upload. Let me see. Downloads. Let me see. All right, come here. Okay. I don't think I have any. Let me see my profile. Right here. Okay. So you can add one from your device, and then you can see that whoever is viewing it can navigate through the slides. You know, navigate through the slides of your site. Okay, there's none here that I can pick. Let me check documents. Not any. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share this site. So how do you share this site so that people can make contributions? Let me create another layout at the bottom here. So here, create another layout. All right. So this is another layout that allows us to add 3 images and a description, a section to edit the text, which of course should describe the images above. So that means I should be able to share this site with 4 people to collaborate with me on them. So let's go back to, so let me share here, from here. So if you are connected with your laptop, please give me your email address. Once again, how did I get here? I want to share this site. I just click on here, come here, click on share with others. And for those of you that were part of yesterday's training or use Google Docs, slides, and Sheets frequently, you'll be familiar with this interface here, which allows you to share your document with your team members or whosoever you want to collaborate with you on the document. Okay, so please give me your email addresses. If you have your laptop with you, I want you to come and add content on this site. Let's build it together. Hello, please give me your email addresses. Unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic and speak with me.
Hello?
Hello? Hello, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hello, can you hear
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, TZNYC.
Pardon? I don't get you, sir. Please spell.
Yeah, TZNYC.
Okay.
Hello?
Please watch the screen if I'm spelling it correctly. Yeah.
It is YAHA.
Okay.
Hello?
First letter YAHA. Okay, look at this.
No. AY.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Okay.
YA.
Yeah.
Then TZ.
Yeah.
No, no,
TZ
no.
Mobile. TZ.com.
No, that's not the mail. A Yahya TZNYC at gmail.com.
Hey, Yahya, what? Sorry. Is it correct?
TZ.
Mm-hmm.
A Yahya TZNYC at gmail.com.
Okay, okay. TZ. Is this it? Let's drop it on the chat. Is this it?
Yes.
Okay. So you should get it now. All right, another person. So please, yeah, when you come on the site, please add contents to this section here. Can you see the screen,
Right.
please? This section here. So the next person I'm going to be sharing with, you're going to be adding content to this one here below, this first section here below. So,
okay, you can pick my email from the chat section.
Okay, all right. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, so the next person I'll be sharing with, please add to this middle section here. So, I think somebody dropped theirs. Okay, yeah, Francis. Please, if you want me to share with you, please drop your email address, please. Or you can mute your mic and give me your email address. All right. Okay. All right, so I think John is there. I can see. Can you see this? I can see this J here. If you overwrite, that shows John about. John is there now. So John, you have to add on this side, right? Can you see that? Can you see that? I can see him in real time. Can you see this? John Abba. See the real time. So if you want to add, just click on the plus sign and then select where and the location of that the file you want to add is, and then pick it from there and add to the page. Okay, so one more person that wants to partake in this. Okay, yeah, Abdul Karim, very good. Good to see you. Share with you. Okay. All right. Send. Share away. Okay. So Abdul Karim, you should add to this section here. Now let me add one more layout below so I can share with other people. All right. So I think somebody dropped their email address on the chat. That's Angela. Okay. Let me pick it. All right. So Angela, you're adding to the last section, the first one by the left. Oh, most of the people who have dropped their emails are from a Kulo group. I would like others to. People from other organizations to drop their email. Yeah, DG. DG, why are you not using your G Suite email? Hello, DG. Good afternoon. Why are you not using your G Suite email? Hello, DG. Unmute your mic. Okay. All right. So only John is on this page. John, you've not added anything yet. We can't see anything. The first person I shared with, please. This is your section. Please. We want to see your contributions on the site. It's just John. Yeah, somebody has joined. This should be Angela, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Oh, this is Abdul Karim. All right, Abdul Karim, welcome to the page. I think you were the first person I shared with. No. Okay, so Abdul Karim, add to this. All right, I can see. John, what did you just add? That's very nice. I can see it. What did you just add? Hello, John. What did you just add? Good.
I just had a picture.
Yes, that's very good.
Medito advert.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. Medito should be one of your products, right?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, so Abdul Karim, I can see you. Yes. So add on that section. And John, can you preview the site from your end? You can preview it from your end to see what it will look like on a mobile device, on a tablet, and then on a laptop. You can preview it. It's not going to affect our page. It will not affect our page. You can do it on your own device. So
yeah, that's correct.
Can you see that? You can see how it looks like. Very good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. Okay, so other people that have shared it, please, can you come on the site? And John, I hope you know that you can actually do something like this and then, share with members of your team. It could be progress update project you're working on. In that case, you want to add something like a Google Sheet, which will show the activities for each day.
Okay.
And it will be made clearly, and you can enlarge it. I hope you can enlarge it. Like what you've just done, if you want to enlarge it, you can enlarge, make it bigger, to take up more space and make it.
Yes, I can see that.
So you can do all of that on the site.
Yeah.
Okay, so only 2 people here. Wow. Okay, I can see. This should be Abdul Karim. Abdul Karim has just added what looks like the graph of a price chart. That's very good, Abdul Karim. That's very nice. And Abdul Karim, can you go ahead and preview so that I can see what this will look like? Once again, you can click here to preview what your site will look like. All right. Okay. So, wow, I've shared with other people, but I'm not seeing them on this document. Okay, if you're still interested in making your contributions, let me. Oh, sorry, Samuel is here. Let me add Samuel. Okay. Did I've already shared with you? I've already shared with you. With your private Gmail, I've shared with you. You can also make use of that. So let me add Mr. Samuel. Okay, I've shared it to Samuel. I cannot see any other emails. Please, if you're interested, please just add your email address on the chat, or you can unmute your mic and give me your email. I'll add you there. Okay. So it's something. Okay, yeah, somebody has joined. Samuel. That's very good. Okay, so Samuel, let me see. Let me resize this so you can add yours in the middle. Okay. So, Mr. Samuel, add something in this middle. Add the content in this middle. You can just double click on it like this, and then it will give you a wheel. So you can select where this particular material is, and then it will be added to this place. Okay, so remember that you can delete your additions. If you override it, it just brings out a bin icon there. You can delete them. And if you change your mind about the content that you've just added to the page, if you click on it, it's going to delete it. And then double click on that space. It's going to give you the options to pick your file from wherever it is. It could be the storage of your local device. It could be from your drive. So just 3 people here. What about others? Yeah, Mr. Samuel, I can see you. That's very good. Wow, very good. Please. Somebody said, Who is that? Who said, Who said,
Chiwa.
Chiwa.
Chiwa did.
You like the image, right?
It wasn't even about that. Actually, I realized that as in, I just realized how lost I am because at some point my internet, yes, I wasn't here. I was just here for the Google account and that of the which other one did we do? Yeah, but then everything about the site and what we're doing right now, I'm just looking at all the images. I'm wondering what's going on.
Okay, so why others pick that up? I might just want to ask you if you know what Google Site is for.
No, I don't.
Okay, so Google Site is actually a web page creation tool, which is part of the applications tied to your Google account, and then you can access it from. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see yours.
Okay, so same place where we access our docs yesterday, our sheet and our drive. You go to that same place. You know, you can access your site from there. You can see that is site. You click on it, and then it takes you to this page. Okay, so this basically allows you. What it does is it enables you to create a website, a real website, without the need to have programming skills.
Okay.
Because all you simply need to do is just drag images, as you can see. You know, our participants are just picking images. So you can pick images from your Google Drive. You can pick images from your laptop. You can add them there and then give it a name. You know, so we started with the banner. This banner is very, very easy to customize. You know, if you hover over it, you can see it says change image. So if you click on it, you can select some images. You know, or you can actually pick an image from your device, and then it will take up space. And if you click on this, you can add the text. You get it. So I want to share. Because I've explained, I want you to contribute. Are you using your laptop?
Yes, I am.
All right. So I'll create a slot for you here to come and add the content. Please let it be something you can. That's not confidential. You know.
Okay.
So I'm going to create a slot for you. Here, let me create a slot for you below here. Let me create 2 slots. So yeah, once again, how did I get here? You can create sections for content to be added to your site. You can do that by if you check this section here where you have layouts. You get it. You can select layouts. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, this first layout allows you to add an image and a text beside it. Second one allows you to add 2 images and a text below them. You know, like that. So I want to select this one that allows us to add 2 images and text below them. So I'm going to click on it. Can you see they've been added?
Yes.
Below the other ones, you can see it too. And then to add an image, just click on the plus sign here. And then it gives you options. Do you want to upload this image from your local machine? Or you want to select, you click on select image here.
Okay.
You can see what it does. It allows you to even pick an image from the web. You know, let's say I want to select the image of a bird. I'm going to be typing bird here. Pretty much like what we did with Google Docs yesterday, if you remember.
Yes.
I don't know why I like picking birds. So you can see that. If I want to add this bird, I'm going to click on, this should be like an eagle. Okay, so you click on it and then click on insert. And there you go. That's it. And then you can give this a text. You can call it eagle. Okay. It's as simple as that. And if for any reason I'm dissatisfied with this image, I don't want it, just click on it. Can you see this bin icon here at the top?
Yes.
Just click on it and then it takes it away. All right. So, and then you can see that section has gone off, but you can still add content on it by just do a double click. Just double click your mouse pad, and once again you have these options to add content. So you can upload from your device. You can select an image like we just did. You can pick from your drive. I hope the quick overview I've done is enough for you to add content to our site.
Yes.
So let me share with you.
So this is your own site now.
This is.
Okay, that means this enables me to add content to a third-party site. That's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call this third-party site. This site has been shared with you. It's no longer third-party. You know, you are a collaborator on this site, so you can view it. You can also add content because I'm going to be giving you editor access.
Okay, how did you share this site with me?
That's what I'm going to. So, yeah, so if you go to the top here, You can see, you see this? Yeah, this share with others button.
Okay, yes.
Icon. So you click on it, that's where you share. But once again, as you're building your site, you want to really know what it looks like on devices, right? Before you even publish it to the world. So you use this icon here called preview. Can you see it, preview? So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click on it. So it opens a page for us.
Okay.
So this is what our site will look like on a laptop. Can you see that?
Oh,
see this?
Yeah.
Can you see that? On a laptop. And then if you want to see how it's going to look like on a tablet, if you go under here, can you see tablet here below? So I'm going to click on it.
Yes.
Can you see that it has changed the layout, the arrangement? This is how it will look like on a tablet. You get it. Tablets have smaller screens than a laptop, so it's going to compress it to fit into the screen.
Yeah.
So this is how it's going to look like on a tablet. And then this is, can you see this? If on a tablet, can you see that our welcome here, it breaks the E off?
Yes.
So that means that we need to go back there and resize that welcome so that it is on one line on a tablet.
Yes. Yes.
That's one of the benefits of the preview. All right. So,
okay.
So let's think of what it will look like on a mobile device. You can click here below. You can see phone. So click on phone. So this is how it, phones have the smallest screens. So it's going to arrange everything vertically. So you can see that. So you can scroll down and see the other sections. Wow, somebody added this for piece of furniture. This is great.
Nice.
Okay. So I think I can share with you now, right?
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So now.
How
so
about you
how
want
do
to
we
just do write up? You want to just have a write up, other than
do that?
picture?
I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that. So how can we? So we want to exit this preview screen. So to exit this preview screen, just go back to this place. Can you see the exit preview button at the bottom? Can you see it?
That's the cancel bit.
Yeah, to exit the preview and go back to the page where we can edit. Yes, to exit the preview. Yeah, so you just click on it.
Okay.
And it's going to take you back to our page where we can edit. So you want to add text, right?
Yes.
You can add text. So if you come here, can you see the right side of our editable page? Can you see insert?
Yes. Yes.
So can you see text box?
Yes, I can.
Click on that to add text. Or if you do not want to go through that route, you can just come to where you want to add the text. For example, you want to add the text here, this space here, just double click on it, this space below. Can you see TT there? That's text. Click on that. So it gives you can add your text there, and then you can enlarge it to fit the whole of that space. So you know what to do, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so let me share with you. You'll be adding it on that section there. Okay, I'm going to come back and comment on. So people have added quite a lot of interesting images. I'm going to come back and comment on that. Let me share with Chima. So Chima, your email address.
Okay, let me send the message here.
Okay, on the chat, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.